So I want to go ahead and break the ice. I feel like we have a little beef going on, and I believe it comes from your competitiveness.
I mean, you've been ducking me for the last 3-4 years.
So we're just going to ask a question. 10 routes. You're on the line. I'm on the line.
Yeah.
How many of those passes are in your hands and you're running the other way?
I'm getting 9 out of 10.
Whoa.
Every time we come out to, training camp, he's never, coming up and guarding me one-on-one. But I think this might change this year. He may try to, man up a little bit and see what's going on, but you know where it's at.
And it's intercepted by Marlon Humphrey.
Marlon Humphrey is without a doubt in the conversation to be the best corner in football.
What's up, guys? We are here at Studio 44 with Mark Andrews, single season receiving and receptions leader.
Yes,
Mark
sir.
Andrews, how are we doing?
Thank you for having me, man. Appreciate
Yeah,
you.
great to be here.
Great to be here, man.
Thank you for coming in after our first
OTA. Yep.
How did you feel today?
Felt great, man. Getting back with the guys. Obviously, you get that time off, and for us to be able to get back here, you start to miss it this time of year. So, just fun to be out here and playing with the people I'm playing with.
So I want to go ahead and break the ice. I feel like we have a little beef going on, and I believe it comes from your competitiveness.
Yep.
So we're just going to ask a question. 10 routes. You're on the line. I'm on the line.
Yeah.
How many of those passes are in your hands and you're running the other way?
I'm getting 9 out of 10.
Whoa.
9 out of 10. But the thing is like we can't ever tell. So the thing, Marlo, you and I have been, you've been ducking me for the last 3-4 years. Every time we come out to, training camp, OTAs, he's always coming up, that route was all right, but he's never, coming up and guarding me one-on-one. But I think this might change this year. He may try to, man up a little bit and see what's going on. But I saw you want to cover Rashad, but you know where it's at.
I'm gonna let you have this one. 9 out of 10 it's very high.
It is.
I think we're not going to go there, but there's something I do notice about your game, and I've noticed about practicing against you. Whether it's practice or whether it's game, you always play with a very high chip on your shoulder. Even a little bit of trash talk. In my room, there's been some frustrations back in like Mark Andrews, blah blah blah. Tell me, where does that chip kind of come from?
From a young age, I think just being counted out my whole life. People have always, said this, said that, and I've carried that, and I try to use that as fuel and whatnot. But my whole family's competitive. We always, just like yours. You know what I mean? Like you're at, where you're at because of your family, and I credit a lot to them. How I'm raised. But I have a fire in me to be the best that I can be. Be the best for this team, be the best teammate I can be, and that's what it's all about.
Trash talk. Let's talk about trash talk. I'm obviously not on the field with you.
Mm-hmm.
I just know what goes on in practice.
Yeah.
Talk to me about the game. Are you a starter or are you the just finish?
Man, I usually don't, say too much to start. But if I had a good route or, say, everybody wants to chip in, say their little here's and there, and maybe they make a tackle. Some guys think they're big and they're not, and so you got to let them know when you big boy them. You just got big boyed.
I like that. So you spoke on your family, and I think you come from a very unique background. Your family, I know, got a doctor, dentist, real estate,
yeah.
2 doctors.
Yeah, 2 doctors, a dentist, my sister, and then my brother, who I live with in Arizona, and is real estate with my mom. But yeah, we grew up super close. There's 6 of us, and all grew up in Arizona, and we spent a lot of time together. I have a niece and nephew as well, and I got to spend about a week and a half with them this off season. It was just awesome. So big family guy.
So why does Mark Andrews not have his PhD or doctor? What made you go the football route?
I think from an early age I knew something with sports was going to happen. I was very good at soccer. If I didn't play football, I was extremely gifted at it. It was one of those things that just clicked. But I started playing football my freshman year, and started getting offers my freshman year. So that picked up fast too. Yeah.
So soccer, you were really good at soccer.
Very good. Yeah.
And you're how tall now?
6'5".
6'5". How tall were you when you were playing soccer?
I've been tall my whole life. We have this picture at home, and maybe you can like pull it up in something like this. But it's me, and it's a game we were winning like 6-0 or whatever, and they put me in a goalie. You know, I'd scored like 3 or 4 goals, and they put me at a goal at the very end. And if you look at the picture, there's all these kids this size, and I was playing up a year this size, and then the goalie is here, but you can't tell it looks like the coach. You know, I'm that much taller than everybody, so I've been tall from a very early age.
Did you ever have any dreams of being a professional soccer player?
Yeah, you know, I think at first that was kind of my first love, but there's not much, you know, going on. I know, you know, overseas it's very competitive. You know, they're a lot better than we are here, but you know, I think everything works out for a reason. I'm glad I found football. I love football, and that's why I'm here today.
And so your whole family's in Arizona. So you get a house there, live with your brother.
Yep.
I think that reminds me a lot about my family. We're really close. So I'm from Alabama, building a house in Alabama.
Yep.
I think, what is it that you would say kind of just has kept your family? I know it seems like it's usual. Like I see things as I can't really see anything without my mom and dad and brother, but not everyone has that. What exactly do you think it is that's kept your family and you guys so close?
Just love, pride in, having, each other's back. I think, family is a strong word, and there's a lot that comes with that. And, I've been blessed to be in a situation where, I have a great family, and, we all, count on each other, rely on each other, and it's a support system. And, without them, wouldn't be here today. And I'm sure just like you, it's the same thing. They do a lot for us, and, credit to them.
Arizona guy, goes to Oklahoma. Why Oklahoma?
I actually grew up an Oklahoma fan. My whole family is Oklahoma fans. I had a dog growing up named Boomer. I'm sure a lot of Boomer dogs out there, but yeah. So my grandpa went there way back when, and so Saturdays we'd be watching Oklahoma football. My brother went there for med school, and then I got 2 years there with him as well. So we're a Boomer student family for sure. Let's go.
So I bet that was a very exciting offer when you got that offer.
Huge. Yeah, it was big. It wasn't like, it was one of those things where I had to kind of reach out to them. Had a bunch of offers at the time. I was like, come on, I need this Oklahoma offer.
Oh, so you were Boomer Sooner.
Yeah.
To the T. Okay, so you go there, you go to Oklahoma, you have a Heisman Trophy quarterback. Mm-hmm. Come to the Ravens, you have another Heisman Trophy quarterback, yep. MVP quarterback.
Yep.
You've had elite QB play. Talk to me about how it's been, and obviously the connections have worked well. Talk to me how it's been with having, Baker Mayfield, the best college at the time, and then Lamar Jackson, MVP, best quarterback in the league.
With quarterbacks, and especially those type of guys, they have that special it factor, being able to lead. Baker and Lamar are obviously different, players, but just the aspect of, guys, the camaraderie around them in the locker room, they bring guys together. Baker was incredibly fun to play with. He's fiery, and all those type of things. And, I definitely cherish those moments I was able to have with him. But, you think about Lamar and what he means to, us as a team, in this city, all the things he does. He's just incredible. He's an incredible person, friend, teammate, and quarterback.
So, obviously, you and Lamar have had a great chemistry, a great relationship on the field.
Yeah.
What do you think is one of the key things that has kind of made that connection work so well?
From the start, there's just been this, sort of connection. Like he says, we play street ball. We're out here playing backyard football, and just the way he sees the game. He throws the ball incredibly well, but he has great eyes. He's seeing guys when a guy pops open, he's throwing it. And so for me, I'm always trying to, find lanes. And when I have a lane where I have that little bit of opening, and I think I can get the ball. The biggest thing is I'm showing him my eyes, and when I show him my eyes, he's usually very good at getting the ball in there, and it's just a feel thing. Sometimes you just connect right away, and that's been the case with me and Lamar. I've been fortunate to have that with him. It is special. I think about that all the time. Every time I get the chance to go out in the field and play, football with him, it's a blessing because he's a special player.
So I'm assuming you would like to play with Lamar Jackson your whole career. I know that time is coming up.
Yeah.
Do you see that being a thing? I hope Lamar's here forever too.
Me too.
I'm sure you hope.
Yeah, that's my QB for life.
That's your QB for life.
Yeah.
All right, we'll make sure that works.
Yep.
Set 2 records last year: receptions and receiving yards. Mm-hmm. How do you come back from a season when you did something that's never been done before? How do you follow that up?
just continue to work. You know, you can't look too far into those type of things. You know, you try not to get too high, too low, and I'm not someone that does. You can, you know, obviously have confidence, but you need to humble yourself. Look yourself in the mirror, look at things that you can do better and get better at and be a better player. And, you know, I think I've been able to do that. You know, having a good year last year, there's still things I can get better at. There's still things I can grow at. And I'm still growing as a person, as a player, as a teammate, you know, and everything. So I'm going to continue to do that. I'm going to try to get better and better, and I'm going to try to help this team win. You know, we have an ultimate goal of getting to a Super Bowl. This, you know, franchise, you know, they deserve it. The city deserves it. And that's the ultimate goal. And we've been saying that, but we got a special team, and I'm excited about it.
So you're going on year 5. I'm sure you've started to know your body better and better. You're here at OTAs that are, you know, optional, of course. How do you know Mark Andrews is in shape, ready to go, tuned up? What are some things you feel like you need to check those boxes off before you can step back on the field and have, you know, a great season?
I have a great off-season, you know, workout program. You know, sometimes I post videos of myself, my dad, my brother. We're out at our, you know, high school football field, and we have a jugs machine, and you know, I'm running routes as hard as I can. You know, I'm getting it down, breaking on routes, stuff like that. I have a tennis court in my backyard, and we'll put the ball machine back there, you know, run routes and do those type of workouts. You know, my family is definitely one of those workout families. So it's always constant, you know, doing things, and I think they do a good job of, you know, keeping me in shape, keeping me ready. And then you come here and they do it the right way. You know, we get guys that work hard, and there's a process of building up to where you need to be. You know, the amount of balls you're catching, the amount of routes you run, the amount of times I get to go against you. You know, hopefully 9 out of 10 times I'm going to beat you, but you know, I know it's always going to be a good look.
I want to ask you another question about, you know, the Ravens talking about coming here. A guy like you, you know, one of the best tight ends in the league, if not the best. If you hit free agency, there you have, I mean, you got every team that would want you on your team. What went into the decision to, I want to be with the Ravens? What made you want to sign back here?
I truly love it here. You know, this place is my home. You know, and I mean that. You know, I love the people here. I love the city of Baltimore. I love this franchise from the top down. It's run the right way. I love my teammates, and there's no place else I'd rather play, man. I take pride in wearing the Ravens on my chest and on my helmet, and you know, it means a lot to me. And I think that for me, I play a lot better when I can play for something, and I play for the Ravens.
Nice. So, this is a direct quote. I asked somebody as I was doing my homework on you. I said, "What does Mark Andrews do?" Mm-hmm. You want to know the response I got?
What's that?
The response I got was, "Nobody knows." So I'm sitting here thinking to myself, yeah, we know who you are, the reception leader, possibly the best tight end ever played, put on the Ravens uniform. But who is Mark Andrews off the field? Because I don't know. Hey, I don't know if you want to not tell the world. I'm just trying to figure out. You have a week to yourself. What does that look like?
Oof.
What does that look like?
I knew this question was coming too.
What does that look like?
Okay, we're gonna have to reverse this question though, because no one knows what Marlon Humphrey does on his
I
free.
feel like we can
I mean,
reverse
besides tweet, I'm not sure.
We can reverse it. We can reverse it. We can reverse it.
Yeah, like I said before, man, I'm a family guy, big time. You know, calling my parents, you know, calling my grandpa. Shout out to my grandpa. You know, I have very close, you know, group of friends that we keep it tight. We don't do too much on social media, unlike you. You know, we don't put too much out there, but
It's a great tool.
it is a great tool, man. I know that you don't like drinking coffee, so.
I wake up energized. I don't need coffee.
You do.
I'm just a dog. I don't know what else to say.
You are, 100%. Nah, but I'm a chiller, man. I like to chill. Yeah, I can golf a little bit. I can do all these different things. Yeah. Just about anything, man. Maybe if you hung out with me a little bit, you know.
That's why I got you here. I got you here. This is the stepping stone.
Okay, so now my turn here a little bit. So since we're having this conversation.
Talk to me.
And there is beef between Marlon and I.
Yes,
not just
yes.
on the football field.
Yes.
You know, thinking back to some of the conversations that we've had. Last year, Marlon's walking around with these Fannie Mae s'mores, and he's giving them out to everybody. Here, have these s'mores back. Have these s'mores back.
I got
And
you.
I'm looking around, he's giving them to everybody, and he comes up to me, he says, "No, you can't have these." And I say, okay, I see how it is, but that was Marlon's way of like showing love, but like being Marlo.
See, and we can speak on that. I do not know much about diabetes. I think I remember asking you early on. I was like, "How hard can you really, train?"
Hard, yeah.
Because I thought thought that was I don't really know. You carry around the bag and you do the thing.
For sure.
I didn't know much about it, so I was like, he can't have sugar. I thought.
Can, yes.
I mean,
That's a very common misconception.
yes, I was actually going to ask you that. Tell me, what are some, besides that, you can't have sugar, what are some other common misconceptions that people are like, oh, diabetes, you can't do this, this, and this?
Just the eating thing. There's type 1, type 2, so there's differences in that. But, type 1, you can really eat whatever you want. It's just, being able to manage, give yourself the right amount of insulin, manage your blood sugar levels. I'm lucky I have a tandem pump, which kind of regulates my blood sugar, has control IQ, paired up with my Dexcom. The technology nowadays is incredible. But we can really eat whatever. So, I was like, hey, Marlo, give me them s'mores right now. Come on, man.
I don't know, but okay. So is there a formula? Do you have or is it just pretty easy? It's just pretty simple.
I think, routines are huge. I'm a big routine guy. I try to do the same things, eat the same things. Definitely in the diabetic world, that makes life a little bit easier. There's a lot of unknowns, but I can work harder than anybody else. I can, put in the time more than anybody else, and I can eat whatever I want. I take pride in taking care of myself, to encourage, kids and people that are living and maybe struggling with type 1 diabetes, and it's tough, and it can affect families, and I understand that. So I want to be able to, be a role model, be someone that, people can look up to and say, he takes care of his diabetes the right way. He uses, the right, type of equipment, and, I just want to be able to help people and encourage people and show them that, they can do whatever they want in life, even with type 1 diabetes.
So, and you were diagnosed at a early age.
9 years old,
9 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So was there ever a time, maybe it was early on, it sounds like now you got it pretty much under wraps. Was there ever a time when I'm sure it took an adjustment, but was there ever a time when it kind of got a little tough for you and you had to be like, okay, it's going to have to be like this, boom, boom, boom? Yeah,
every day is different, and you're going to have tough days, being a type 1 diabetic. I remember it was the first weekend I got diagnosed, and I was out at a soccer tournament, like an hour away from home, and my blood sugar was like 400, 450 or whatever, and my dad being a doctor is freaking out. So when you're 400, 450, you feel like lethargic, and it's not good. It's not a good feeling. And I went out there and played soccer, being super high, and obviously I was taking insulin trying to get it down, but ended up scoring like 4 or 5 goals, and it was going off, and my parents were freaking out. But at that time I was so ignorant. I was young. I was just going out there doing whatever I can, and playing the sport I loved at the time. So like I said, every day is different. I've had times where you have close calls, and that's part of being a type 1 diabetic. But like I said, there's so much technology out nowadays that it just makes life easier to live with type 1 diabetes. It really prevents the bad cases before they happen.
So slightly back to football, tell me about your celebration. I really don't know. You do a little something like this, and sometimes you throwing something up.
Yep.
Tell me about these celebrations. I've never really known, and I've never really asked.
The salt, just kind of came organically. I don't know, really, Salt
It's
Bay,
fire.
yeah,
I like
sure.
it. I like it.
But it's almost like moving the chains, little salt in the wound. Throw that. But celebrations wise, I think I can get a little better, but I just be in the moment, man. I just flow through the game, and whatever comes to me. Sometimes it's yelling, sometimes it's throwing the ball, sometimes it's celebrating my teammates, and I just enjoy playing football, and I don't think too much about celebrations or anything like that. Just let it come to me, and whatever happens, so we never know.
So you never know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm the same way. I've never.
Let's talk about this. We have 9 receptions and 55 yards. What do we? That's come on, Marlo.
What do you mean?
We need more yards.
It's gonna happen.
Okay.
It's gonna happen.
Okay. I believe you. It's coming.
Happen.
It's coming. I mean, I know you ran track.
Track guy.
What were you?
Track guy.
110-meter hurdles.
Hurdler.
Yes.
Huge hurdler.
Yes. I mean, so we got to get that ball and run.
I got to get the rock.
Yes.
I got to make some plays. I'm trying to set some records this year.
I know you are. You're going to.
I know you got them on your side. I'm trying to trying to do the same.
I know it.
But celebrations, I just let loose too, man. I need to work on my celebrations.
I mean, I feel like you're the same way, where you're just whatever flows through your body, like whether it's just screaming, just going crazy.
Yeah.
I love it, man. I love the way you play the game. I love, the type of, you're infectious as a teammate and the people that are around you. And it really is a pleasure to be able to play with you.
So, like, you're a vet now, 5 years in. What do you think when guys come in? We drafted 2 tight ends.
Mm-hmm.
What are you kind of trying to show those guys? I know you can always say what you're trying to do, but I think people really watch actions. What are you kind of trying to teach those guys or show those guys that are kind of coming in that are going to be in your room this year?
It's all about work. I think, when you come into the league, you only know so much and you think you know a lot, but being able to take it all in, being able to, see the guys that are older than you, understand what your coach is really trying to tell you, and soak that all in, you get to grow a lot. I think my first year I had Giro as a coach and as a tight end coach, and he's a super knowledgeable person, and I learned a ton. I was somewhat unpolished, especially in the run game, but just the mindset of being able to play in the NFL, it's a big jump. So being able to learn, soak it all in, learn from the older guys. I was blessed to have Nick Boyle, and just learn how to be a pro. We talk about that all the time. Being a pro is a real thing. So you got to learn all those things. But I think, Charlie and Isaiah have very bright futures ahead of them.
Let's talk about you guys' room, because I think you, Nick Boyle, I know Nick Boyle's coming back from injury.
Mm-hmm.
The tight end group, since I've been here, has always been like this.
Yeah.
How do you feel with Nick Boyle coming back? I know he's been out for a while.
Yeah.
How excited does that make you? Because, last time Nick Boyle was here, the run game was going, and I feel like we were the number 1 offense. How does Nick Boyle coming back, how does that make you feel and kind of going into this season?
Awesome. He's a player that he's a guy you really want on your team. And I was able to. He was in Arizona for a couple months. So we were able to hang out a good amount, and he stayed at my house for a few weeks. He was able to hang out with his son and his daughter Brock and Blakely and his wife Christina, and he worked incredibly hard. And for him to be able to play and try to play, what he was going through last year, he looks like a different person right now. And he's moving very well. He looks confident. And, I'm very excited because I see the work that he's put in, and I see where he's at right now.
You guys had a lot of guys come out to Arizona.
Yeah.
And I was never invited to Arizona.
Also, another beef.
Oh, but
No. We got to say this.
I tried. I could not.
Me and Marlon are at the same place, function, right? And I knew he was out somewhere, and I'm there. And he knows I'm there. I don't even really know he's there.
Did not have your number at the time.
And he doesn't come up to me. He doesn't say hi.
You didn't see me though.
No, I didn't see you, but did you see me?
No, I did not. No, I did not.
Okay.
I was sitting there. I think I hit up. I don't know who I hit up, but I was like, "Yo, what's Mark Andrews' number?" They didn't have it. Then I was like,
I mean, you're in Arizona. You don't.
It clicked
Hit your boy
late.
up. Hit your boy up, man.
Then I tried to connect, but then
maybe next year or
maybe this year.
Yeah.
The summer.
Yeah, let's do
We
it.
do some Ravens in Arizona.
Let's do it.
But we have to get invited by Mr. Arizona.
You're invited.
All right, we'll see. We'll see if this
Yep.
comes true. Yeah, I'm really excited about Nick Boyle. I know he's been battling a lot of different injuries and things, and I just feel like our offense rolls great when we got that trio.
Yep.
Take some heat off you. A lot of guys come to me and last year they would say, all we got to do is stop Hollywood and stop you. When you're going into a game and you're getting that much, obviously people game plan, they're saying, these are 2 guys we got to stop. We can't let this guy do this and we can't let 89 do this. How does that affect your mindset, if it affects your mindset at all?
It doesn't, not at all. You just go out there, play, flow. Like I said, that's a big word I use. I just go out there and play. I don't care what they're doing. I trusted my abilities. I've been doing this for a long time, and I've been pretty good at it. And I trust my coaches. I trust my teammates. And it's not just all on me. It's not just stop me. We lost Lamar last year. Look at Snoop. What I'm saying? He's an incredible player. And we have a lot of those. We have a lot of guys that are underrated on this team. So I think you look back and you watch last year, and it was a great year, like you said, but there's guys that are making plays left and right. And so that's what it's going to be. That's what it's going to be this year. It's not just going to be one guy. It's not just going to be me. It's not just going to be Lamar. Our supporting cast and the guys that are around us are great players, and our coaches are going to put us in the right position. And that's the thing about being a Raven is they put you in the right positions, and you're going to have guys that are dogs. What about you, cornerbacks? I mean, where do you put yourself in the mix?
Man, it's hard to say coming off a bad year.
So there's a lot to prove, you're saying?
A lot to prove.
I feel the same way.
You know, a lot to prove. But I know when I'm playing good ball,
Yeah.
I'm in the top 3.
Yes.
I think.
That fruit punch.
Yeah, man.
You got to get back to it.
I got to get back to it. I got to get back to technique, fundamental football.
Yep.
I think there's a lot of good guys, man. I'm really excited about getting Marcus back.
Yes.
I got really a lot wiser having Marcus on my team. You know, I went from Eric Weddle. He took a lot of knowledge from him. Brandon Carr took a lot of knowledge from him.
I feel like he sees the game in a very unique way, and he brings a perspective that is great for the room.
Yeah, he brings a crazy perspective. I think the best story I got of him, I was like, I forget what team we were playing. It was some RPOs, different things. I was like, when are you going to see some, like, what different formations do you think? He was like, I see all of them.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what do you mean you see all of them? He's like, all of them. And I'm like, well, I'm just trying to take like 2 different.
Right.
So he sees the game in a way that I really can't relate, but I try to soak up a lot from him. But I'm super excited to get him back.
Y'all have a great group.
Yeah.
We got a great group.
Yeah, I'm really excited about the addition with Marcus,
Yes.
Williams, Kyle,
Yep.
Chuck, TJ.
That's dangerous
excited.
right there.
I'm excited. I think
Yeah.
I definitely know when I got here, Ravens defense was like everything. Ravens defense. And I felt like that standard fell off a little bit last year. And I'm excited to get it back, man. I'm just not thinking about much, just playing ball. You know, that 2000 Ravens 30 for 30 is like kind of inspiring me. I didn't really know much about it.
Right.
And then people were telling me like the defense was like, there was like
Crazy.
no offense really. I'm like, I'm hearing about the scores and it'd be like, we would only score off like a pick 6 and it was like, so it was crazy. So I'm excited about who we got, excited about mindsets. And just let's get back to good football on both sides of the ball. Thank you for joining me, Studio 44.
Thank you for having me.
Ah!
So